Hello everyone, we are the group that explaining the scenario 3, which is the green ring mystery. Our member is Kong Sin Yu, Nicole Chan, Muhammad Irfan, dan Muhammad Ashraf.
Our group was assigned scenario 3, which is titled the green ring mystery. In this case, a 24 years old student noticed a greenish stain on her finger after wearing a ring for a long period of time. Other than that, she also experienced mild skin irritation, especially when her hands became sweaty. Based on our observation, our task was to identify the element responsible for the green stain and explain how its physical and chemical properties relate to the situation. In the following slides, we will explain about the reasons behind our conclusion and also discuss the physical properties, chemical properties, benefits, and harmful effects of the elements. For the case investigation, we identified that the ring most likely contains copper. This is because the student noticed a greenish stain on her finger after wearing the ring for a long time. When copper is exposed to sweat, moisture, and oxygen in the air, it reacts and forms green compounds on its surface. These compounds can transfer onto the skin and leave a green stain. The student's mild skin irritation may also be caused by copper ions released from the ring. The reaction becomes faster when the hands are sweaty because sweat contains salts and acids that accelerates the oxidation process. Therefore, the green stain and skin irritation strongly suggest that copper is present in the ring. For the physical properties of copper, it is a reddish-brown metal, shiny and attractive appearance. It is also soft and malleable. Other than that, it is also a good conductor of heat and electricity. And last but not least, it is durable and resistant to wear. Now, let's take a look at the chemical properties of copper. So first, it reacts with oxygen and moisture in the air. Other than that, it undergoes oxidation to form a green coating called retina. And for the third one, it reacts faster in the presence of sweat and acids. It can also release copper ions that may cause skin irritation in some individuals. Last but not least, copper also has antimicrobial properties that help kill a certain bacteria.
Now let us look at the benefit and harmful effect of the copper. The first benefit of copper is biological necessity. It is an essential new micronutrient vital for human survival and cellular development. It also acts as a critical cofactor for enzyme driving cellular energy and iron metabolism. Last but not least, it is crucial for the ongoing formation of red blood cell and structural connecting tissue. The second benefit of copper is antimicrobial defense. Copper possesses highly powerful natural antimicrobial property. The active copper ion physically can destroy the cell membrane of bacteria and virus on contact. Besides that, copper widely utilized on high-touch hospital surface to heavily reduce pathogen transmission.
I would like to talk about the harmful effect of copper in terms of toxicity in the human body. Although copper is an essential trace element required for enzyme activity, energy production, and iron metabolism, excessive exposure can become harmful to human health. This is mainly because copper ions in the form of Cu plus and CO2 plus can easily participate in redox reaction. This reaction lead to the formation of reactive oxygen species, also known as ROS. These reactive oxygen species are highly reactive and can damage important cellular components such as protein, lipids, and DNA. This condition is known as oxidative stress. If copper exposure continues over a long period of time, it may lead to serious health problems, especially affecting the liver, kidneys, and nervous system. So, even though copper is useful biologically, its ability to switch between oxidation states is also what makes it potentially toxic. Next, I will discuss how copper contributes to water pollution and its environmental impact. Copper enters water system through several sources, including industrial wastewater, mining and metal processing activity, corrosion of copper pipes, and also improper disposal of electronic waste. Once copper is released into water, copper ions can dissolve easily and spread through the aquatic environment. Although copper is required in very small amount for aquatic organisms, higher concentration will cause it to become more toxic. Copper ions can interfere with enzyme activity and damage biological cells. In fish, for example, copper exposure can damage the gills, which reduce oxygen uptake. This leads to reduced growth, poor reproduction, and even death of aquatic organisms. As a result, copper pollution can disrupt the balance of the entire aquatic ecosystem, affecting both organisms and environmental stability.
Now I will talk about the public awareness part. As we know, the green stain that appears on the finger after wearing a ring is caused by copper inside the ring reacting with sweat, moisture, and oxygen in the environment. For most people, this condition is not harmful and only causes temporary discoloration of the skin. However, some individuals may experience mild skin irritation or allergic reactions, especially after prolonged exposure. If the irritation becomes severe or persistent, medical attention should be sought. By understanding the cause of this phenomenon, consumers can make more informed decisions when purchasing and wearing the jewelry. What are the solutions for this case study? To identify the presence of copper in the ring, several analytical techniques can be used in professional laboratories. One method is atomic absorption spectroscopy or AAS. This technique measures the amount of light absorbed by copper atoms to determine the concentration of copper inside the sample. In this case study, AAS can be used to confirm whether the ring contains copper and determine how much copper is present, helping to explain the source of the green stain. However, AAS is considered a destructive method because a small portion of the ring must be removed, drilled, or dissolved before analysis. The next method is X-ray fluorescence spectroscopy or XRF. This technique directs X-ray onto the surface of the ring and detects the unique energy signals emitted by copper atoms. In this case study, XRF can identify whether copper is present in the ring and determine its composition without damaging the jewelry. Therefore, XRF is often preferred for testing valuable rings because it is non-destructive method. For the general public, the simplest solution is just to apply a thin layer of clear nail polish to the inner surface of the ring before wearing it. This creates a protective barrier that prevents direct contact between the metal and the skin, reducing the reaction that causes green stains. In addition, users should keep their hands clean and dry and avoid wearing the ring during activities that cause excessive sweating. This simple precaution can help prevent skin discoloration and improve comfort while wearing jewelry.
Finally, I will conclude the overall findings related to copper in this scenario. Based on scenario 3, the element is identified as copper, supported by evidence such as greenish stains, prolonged contact, sweating, and mild skin irritation. Chemically, copper undergoes oxidation and corrosion when exposed to moisture and sweat, forming green compound that can stain the skin. Despite this harmful effect, copper is still a very important industrial material due to its excellent conductivity, durability, and antimicrobial properties. However, as discussed earlier, excessive exposure to copper can lead to toxicity in human and also environmental pollution in aquatic systems. To confirm and analyze copper more accurately, techniques such as flame tests, atomic absorption spectroscopy, and X-ray fluorescence can be used. Therefore, it is important to ensure responsible use and proper disposal of copper-containing material to protect both human health and the environment.